All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about a technique that could completely transform how you learn from, well, pretty much anything you read. This is all about shifting gears from just passively reading words to actively building knowledge in your brain. So let's get into it.
You know that feeling, right? You've just spent time reading an entire page, you get to the very last word, and poof, it's just gone. The information has completely vanished from your brain. It's super common, and man, is it frustrating.
And yeah, this is the perfect way to think about it. When you're just passively reading, it's exactly like pouring water or information into a bucket full of holes. Sure, it goes in, but it flows right back out just as fast, leaving you with almost nothing. But what if you could patch those leaks for good?
Well, this is how you do it. The solution is called cognitive synthesis. And I know it sounds like a fancy term, but it's really just a simple two-part strategy. First, you capture information really fast. And second, you organize it visually so your brain can actually build strong, lasting connections. This is the patch for that leaky bucket.
Okay, so part one of patching that bucket is all about speed. It really starts with totally changing the way you take notes. The goal here isn't to write down everything you read. No way. It's about grabbing the most important ideas as quickly as you can process them.
So how do we actually do this? Well, first, you need to become a hunter. You're actively searching for those keywords and core concepts, the real meat of the text. Step 2, you create your own shorthand. Use arrows for cause and effect, stars for key points, question marks for stuff you want to look into later. And finally, and this one is so important, you have to break that habit of writing in full sentences. Just grab the idea, forget the grammar.
And just look at the difference this makes in practice. On the left, you've got those old school wordy notes that take forever to write down. But on the right, that's the exact same information captured with our new high-speed method. It's not just faster to write, it's way faster to review later. That is what I call efficiency.
Okay, so you've got this collection of super fast, efficient notes. Now what? Well, this is where the real magic starts to happen. We're about to take those raw ingredients and build something structured, visual, and honestly, pretty powerful.
Now, for anyone who's new to this, a mind map is incredibly simple and intuitive. Why? Because it actually copies the way our brains already think, by making connections. It's like creating a blueprint of your own understanding, with one main idea in the middle and all the related thoughts branching out from it.
Every single mind map starts in the same place, with one central idea. This is the core of whatever you're learning about, whether it's a single chapter, an article, or a whole book. So, using our example, the central idea would just be mind mapping. That's the sun, and all the other ideas are going to orbit around it.
So from that center, you start drawing out your main branches. Think of these as the big picture themes you found in your notes. If a chapter has 3 main sections, boom, those are your first 3 branches. This gives your map and your thoughts a solid structure right from the get-go.
And now for the best part. Let's see how it all clicks together. This is the synthesis part of cognitive synthesis. It's where your fast notes and your new mind map collide to create something way bigger than the sum of their parts. This is where you get that aha moment.
Remember those quick and dirty notes we took? Here they are. On their own, they might look a little random, right? Kind of like a pile of puzzle pieces. But each one is packed with meaning, and now we're about to see exactly where each piece belongs.
And here's what you do with them. Every single one of those little notes, it becomes a smaller branch or maybe a leaf on your growing mind map. So, for example, the note visual tool might branch off from a main theme called definition. Analyze and recall could branch off from another theme called benefits. You see? You're physically connecting all the details to the big ideas.
So you might be thinking, okay, but why go through all this trouble? Why not just stick with my highlighter? The answer actually lies in how our brains are wired. We are so much better at processing visual, connected information than just lines of text. The payoff for doing this is absolutely immense.
And the payoff is huge. Seriously, when you actively organize information like this, you're forced to understand it on a much deeper level. You'll remember it faster because you literally have a visual map in your head, you finally see the big picture and how everything fits together, which naturally boosts your creativity. It just makes learning active and fun instead of passive and boring. And this quote right here, it just nails the entire mindset shift. You stop being a passive consumer of information and you become an architect of your own knowledge. You are actively building a strong, interconnected model of the topic inside your own mind. It's yours.
So, the only question left is this:
With this incredibly powerful tool now in your hands, what's that one complex subject, the one that always seemed a little too intimidating, that you're finally ready to tackle and truly master? The choice is all yours.